What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I know many of you guys think that Stephen A. Smith is a sellout. He goes wherever the wind blows. You can't really trust him. And of course, some brothers have called him the tether word because he's not 100% Black American. I believe he's from from the island somewhere, the Virgin Islands. But again, he did go to Winston-Salem State. He's been on ESPN for years. And, you know, he's been very, very critical of the Democratic Party, very, very critical of Kamala Harris, even though he is a self-proclaimed Democrat. And he has been over the election cycle and even Donald Trump's first year back in office, not so critical of Trump, okay? And he's been really coming after the left. And I don't know if that's because Stephen A. Smith, I believe he says he has his own political ambitions. He would like to run for presidency one day. I'm not sure if that is the case, but what it is for sure and what is true is that Stephen A. Smith has pissed some people off. And we all know what the Obamas feel about Black men who come against a liberal leadership. And since Michelle Obama has a podcast, she didn't have any problem expressing that.
Listen to ESPN for an hour. It's like watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, it's the same drama and they're yelling at each other and they don't get along. Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other talk show host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
It
would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, it's just sociological drama.
So that was what Michelle Obama said. Basically, it's yelling. It's like the Real Housewives, basically emasculating ESPN. All right. And Stephen A. Smith did not take kindly to that.
Respectfully disagreed and still remain pretty salty about what you said about us. And I feel even more adamant about what your husband, Barack Obama, said when he talked to those men in Pittsburgh and implied that to not vote for Kamala is because we're engaging in some sort of misogyny. There are issues that matter to every American citizen. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. Because that side of the aisle was able to look at the left and say, look at what they'll do to win. And y'all talking about him like he's worse. And in a lot of y'all eyes, he is worse. But that didn't make y'all clean. It really didn't.
What Michelle Obama doesn't understand is that all of us as men, when we're talking sports, that's how we get. We're going back and forth. We're arguing. We're having a good time. But that's how men talk sports. So ESPN, basically what they have done is created that sort of atmosphere that has existed since American sports about topics like this and put it on the mainstream because that's how guys are when we talk about sports. We're very passionate when we're talking about sports, all right? That's how we are. That's what we do. Now, the real issue is if Stephen A. Smith would have been a Kamala Harris supporter, that wouldn't have happened, okay? And you would have thought by now that they would have changed. They would have said, listen, guys, we're sorry. We see that we're alienating our base. We ought to try a different way of doing this. But has that happened? No. What do you continue to see? You see them doubling down. How do we know this? Remember Tiffany Henyard? Tiffany Henyard, who was the Thornton Township supervisor, the former mayor of Dalton. Instead of listening to the complaints of the citizens and trying to make a change, trying to make an adjustment, trying to work with the constituents, she didn't do that. She did the exact opposite. Let me just go ahead and double down now. Let me teach you guys a lesson. Let me show you guys who is who, okay? Let me show y'all what's up. That was her attitude. Let me show y'all what's up. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know who you're talking to. So now what we're gonna do is show y'all what's up. Show y'all what time it is. That's what we're going to do, all right? This is the reality. And so once you start treating people like that, you start to lose. And until the Democratic Party start to understand that, you know what? You're alienating Black men, and Black men are very upset about that. You guys continue to do that. Guys are going to continue to play in, like y'all say, play in y'all's face because y'all been playing in them. That's exactly what men are going to do. Men are going to do that. Men are going to continue to do that, and you're going to continue to lose them, and you're going to continue to be pissed off. So stop it, all right? Stop it. Stop being so disrespectful. Stop hating on men. Just because your own husband is okay with you emasculating them and pushing certain agendas, just because that is okay, that don't mean other guys are going to be okay with that. That's not what that means. I don't know why y'all thought that this was supposed to be okay. It was supposed to make sense, but it doesn't. It just doesn't. It don't make any sense, and nobody wants to deal with that. Stop it. Get some help. You need to stop playing around. You guys really need to adjust y'all's policy. It's already bad enough that you're fighting for immigrants everywhere, okay? It's already bad enough you're trying to replace black people everywhere, put certain agendas on them everywhere. Then you want to come after black men publicly. And even if black men may not like Stephen A. Smith, what we can see is a trend. Oh, okay, they're doing it again. Oh, okay, this is what they're doing. Oh, okay, this how they acting. Oh, all right, okay. Y'all want to play around? Y'all want to play in somebody's face? Got you. No problem. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that your musty ass never, ever get our support again, okay? And then what you're going to do, because you're not smart, is you're going to continue to do what? The same thing that your ass been doing now. You're going to continue to do it because y'all not smart. You guys are just not smart. You're going to continue to double down in the foolishness. Continue to be silly. Like, how much more can y'all continue to do to lose black men? I just don't get it. And you black men out there got to understand there are some women out there in the black community that are okay with this. They love Michelle Obama. Believe me, one of the reasons why a lot of sisters love Michelle Obama, because of the power she has over her husband and the fact that she can gatekeep a man that was the U.S. president, that was a Harvard University graduate, that had all the power in the world, and she can still disrespect and control him. A lot of women like that. They're like, you know what, where's mine's at? They like that, okay? Certain women like that because they feel honestly that, you know what, I can keep a dude that's that level around me. And they're sadly mistaken because it's only one Barack Obama, but it typically cannot happen. So y'all need to understand where they're coming from. Y'all need to understand what they're trying to do, okay? Y'all need to go ahead on and see what's going on, what's really popping with that sort of relationship. All right? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.